When control starts to feel necessary, you've checked the plan, then checked it again. You've gone over the details just to be sure, and for a moment, you feel slightly more settled. Have you noticed that things feel easier when they're predictable? When plans are confirmed, when outcomes feel clear, when nothing is left uncertain? Many people describe this as, I just like to be organized. I prefer to know what's happening. I feel better when I'm prepared. And often, that's true. But sometimes, control can become something more than preparation. It can become protection. Control as protection. From a nervous system perspective, seeking control is not always about preference. It can be about protection. Your nervous system, which is the part of your body that helps you respond to pressure or possible threat, may move into what we call activation. Activation simply means your system has become more alert, more prepared, more ready to respond. And when situations feel uncertain or difficult to predict, seeking control can help reduce that activation in the short term. This is where what we call safety behaviors can begin to form. These are actions that help create a sense of stability when something feels uncertain. For example, rechecking plans, seeking reassurance, avoiding unfamiliar situations, or preparing more than is necessary. These behaviors often work at first. They reduce tension, they create a sense of certainty, but only temporarily. Emotional capacity over time. Over time, something else can begin to happen. Your emotional capacity, which is your ability to manage thoughts, feelings, and everyday demands at the same time, can gradually become reduced. Because trying to control multiple outcomes, multiple possibilities, multiple what-ifs requires mental effort. And when that effort is ongoing, it can leave less capacity available for everyday life. When control becomes challenging, you may begin to notice needing more reassurance than before, finding decisions harder without certainty, feeling unsettled when plans change. This is not about weakness. It's not about indecision. It may simply reflect that uncertainty feels more difficult for your system to manage. When several demands are present at the same time, it becomes emotional overload. Work, responsibilities, decisions, expectations, trying to maintain control across all of them can begin to exceed your system's capacity. This is where emotional overload can occur. Emotional overload is what happens when multiple pressures build and your system no longer has enough capacity to process them comfortably. And this can show up as mental fatigue, irritability, avoidance, or difficulty making decisions. Here are some everyday patterns. At work, this might look like double-checking tasks before feeling able to move on, seeking confirmation before making decisions, or delaying action until things feel certain. At home, it may appear as planning in detail to avoid disruption, or feeling unsettled when routines change unexpectedly. How can we help the system settle? What many people find helpful is not removing control entirely, but helping the system feel safer without needing it as much. When gentle regulation is introduced, which is ways of helping the nervous system settle, alongside NLP-informed pattern awareness, hypnotherapy, which is supporting deeper settling and processing, and structured mindset coaching, the system can begin to respond differently. Uncertainty doesn't disappear, but it can begin to feel more manageable. So what is your system telling you then? Recognizing this pattern can be an important shift, because seeking control is not a personal flaw, It's often your system trying to create safety is in the only way it currently knows how. And when you begin to understand that, something starts to change. You move from, why am I like this? To, what is my system trying to do for me? And from there, things can begin to settle.